Yeah, there's some really good geography resources out there actually. So there's a game right now that actually I've tested out with some of my friends, and it's called GeoGuessr.
Hello everyone. Today we have a special guest star, Vicky Green from London. Vicky, would you like to share a little bit your background experience to us?
Yeah, hi. So I am currently completing my teacher training at well, supposedly the best university in the world for it, the Institute of Education in London. Last year I taught PE and worked in a boarding school, helping to run boarding as well. So yeah, I have a bit of background there, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to graduating from my teacher training in September and getting a class of my own. It's my plan. It's my plan eventually. I want to do a couple of years in England and then travel and teach. That's the plan. Yeah, lots of people have told me that, and I get the question a lot, especially after a hard day. But I think that the experience you have as a child goes so far into shaping who you are as an adult, and I just love to be a part of that for so many young people. And I had some brilliant teachers when I was younger and growing up, and they just really inspired me, and they really helped me through some times when I needed extra support. So I'd just love to be that support network for young people that need it.
You know, once you be a teacher, there are a lot challenging obstacle, you know, here. Can you tell us about your plan once you find most difficult in teaching, and how do you deal with it?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Well, there's so many different challenges, and I bet they're totally different in Indonesia to what they are in England, and actually they're totally different in each school that you go to as well. It depends on the area that you're working in. In some schools, you know, deprivation is an issue, and you're working with children who are hungry, and how can you expect these students to learn if they're so hungry? And then in other areas that are more well off, then you know there's other issues. I think there's issues in every school that you go to. Maybe, yeah, it's just knowing your individual students and helping them to develop skills so that they can overcome these issues, or just being that support network for them, so they have someone to go to.
And why do you choose a primary school age level for your patient? I saw in your social media one. Sorry, I spied that one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not sure. I did my undergraduate degree. I did in geography, so I was tempted to do my teaching as a geography teacher, but it wasn't something I was massively passionate about. I like geography, and you know I was okay at it, but I really enjoy teaching sports. I'm a swimming teacher, and because of the chance I had to work at primary school last year, it just really, yeah, I love their age in primary school and how open they are to new experiences, and some of the things they come out with are just so funny. Yeah, I like the range that you're able to teach at primary school. You just get such a wide range of opportunities, and yeah, I don't know. I think I like how old they are. I like how much you can still have an impact upon them when they're so young. Yeah.
You know, today's education is very much different, especially in the pandemic COVID-19 period. How do you plan if you be a teacher for during this time?
Yeah, it's a really difficult one, and I mean, everyone's learning on the job, aren't they? No one really knows exactly what they're doing, and I mean, you have to look up to the resilience of the children and the young people and how well they've taken all of this, and the opportunity that it allows us for the future as well. I mean, snow days are surely a thing of the past now. Like, yeah, we have snow days sometimes, but surely not anymore because you can do all of your learning at home. So, you know, really embracing this technology has been brilliant, but, you know, it comes with its challenges. Being able to reach every student and ensure that they're reaching their full potential is definitely really difficult. And I mean, I'm kind of lucky in a way that I'm in my training year right now, and I get to witness it and learn as much as possible from it. Because just being thrown into a class right now, I couldn't quite imagine. I mean, yeah, we have some brilliant technology and teachers are doing all that they can, but yeah, it's just a really difficult time, and not just for education, but for everything involved, you know, all of the child, for their emotional, their mental health, their social skills. It's just a really, really tough time for them. And I think we have to be aware of the impacts that that's going to have in the future. You know, it's not just a right now thing, but there will be impacts later, and we're just not sure what they're going to be yet. So that will be interesting.
Yeah, again, it's very challenging to hear. I think as a teacher, everyone is, you know, start like a big zero. We last year, the first step, we don't know what we should do, you know, especially for this blended learning. It's very maybe for the some teacher, they are very good at IT one, but for us, for me, not for us, for me, this is like something new. And for kids also, you know, we talk about mental health. They're very stressful at home. Yeah, they don't know what they have to do. They have to build, you know, like new routine, like 7 o'clock have go to the school, 9 o'clock break, 12 o'clock lunch. But you know, when they learn at home, it's very very much challenging, especially you know, like stay more than few hours in front of the screen. Eyes health, it's very, we have to take care of their eyes as well, you know. And most
Yeah,
challenging
it's quite
also for
difficult.
the, you know, for the kindergarten school. Wow, that was very challenging for kindergarten one.
Yeah, when they're so young, I mean, all this technology is new to us. Could you imagine? And I mean, they have an amazing ability to pick things up so quickly, but wow, yeah, it's difficult for them.
Yeah. Even the high school student as well say it's very bored this for this time, but we don't have a choice.
Yeah.
All people around the world do this, but yeah, I think we have to go to the pace of new normal. Um,
Yeah.
if that happen for the future, Vicky, for new normal era of education, do you what do you think? What do you have to do as a teacher? Because you will be the great teacher, I'm sure that one.
Thanks. Wow, who can say what this new normal will be? You know, I'm very hopeful that we will be back in classrooms soon, and that learning online solely will be a thing of the past. But also, I think, yeah, there is lots that we can learn from it, and things that we can take back into the classroom with us. I mean, not 100% sure what that is, but there's definitely things that we can take from it. Yeah, I mean, I struggle to sit on a laptop all day doing my lectures for my training at the moment, so I can't imagine what it's like for these students. It must be terrible, but yeah, their resilience and their ability to be there is just incredible. Things that we can take back into the classroom there must be some, like, I mean, there's some brilliant websites and technology that we use over here, like Padlet, where you can like bring all your notes together and stuff like that, and just like the real bringing the students together even though they're apart has been really nice. Yeah, just recognizing the massive importance on mental health, and how that needs to, you know, continue to be supported. I'm not sure what the new normal will look like. Maybe blended learning will continue to be a thing.
Nobody
if
knows.
students, yeah, exactly. If students aren't able to come to school. I mean, when I was at university, there was campaigns for all of our lectures to go online, so that disabled students could access their lectures, because they couldn't always come onto campus. And for so long there was a pushback there, and they didn't want to do that, but now they've had to. So it can be seen as a positive. I mean, there's people and children that can't access education that now will be able to. So at least, you know, that's a good thing to come from this.
Agree with that one. Yeah, nobody knows what's going to be happen for the future, you know. But this is one of the way that we, or me as an educator, we call this like professional learning network. Find other friends, sharing, and then share resources. I'm joining a few community also with others. We do a podcast with. I think for us as a teacher, that is the little things that we can do right now. We share each other what happened, education in other place, what happened here. Even we got vaccine very soon. Doesn't guarantee that it can be like a normal, like in the past. It must be changed. It must be changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Correct.
I think something that I was so shocked at, actually, when I became a teacher, was the teacher community online, and the Instagram and the Twitter, and how supportive everyone is and how amazing that community is. Like, I'm just every day absolutely blown away by, if you need any support, if you have any questions, if you're looking for resources, that there's always someone that will be like, oh yeah, there's this, or I've done this, and that's willing to help you. And it's blown me away, like absolutely brilliant.
Correct. That's what I think that the positive side of this pandemic one. I cannot imagine also that if without like friends like you as well, without other teacher or other teacher around the world, maybe I can feel like live in the small island with no one else there, with very limited knowledge, But we are very lucky. We are very lucky, and we got many friends support us, like sharing resources, and also like not just me, you as well. Just if we don't know something, ask a question, run a podcast, or I think that's the best way we can do. I'm quite interested with your teacher training. What is your big memory during your teacher training that maybe you can bring for your teaching career later?
Oh wow. So I did one placement, so one period of time where I went into school to watch teaching and start teaching myself. And actually I was meant to be in school during this last 6 weeks, but it was cancelled because of coronavirus. So I'm actually going back to school on Monday, which I'm really excited about. I think, the highlight so far for me has got to be when I first got up and I first started teaching. The first series of lessons that I took were free science lessons, it was just a moment for me where I realised that, oh yeah, actually I can do this, I can. Yeah, I'm able to do it, and I'm not, just able to do it in the kids' award, but I'm able to do it, and I'm able to do it like quite well, which was really nice. And the students, I made the lesson really practical and using resources, and the students did an experiment, and then after did a write-up of the experiment, and it was just really good. I mean, the student outcomes were better than expected, but also the students actually enjoyed the lesson, and I think, yeah, that's such a big contributor for me. I mean, I don't want to be providing lessons where the students are just bored and don't want to be there. Yeah, I want to create that environment where students are happy to learn and willing to learn. So it's really nice that, you know, for those first lessons that I was taking right at the start of my training, that I just realised that actually, yeah, I can do this, and that I could do it well. So that was really nice.
Past education and today education, what do you think the difference is?
What is the difference? I mean, I guess if we go right back, there's quite a change from just teachers standing at the front of the class and just talking and expecting children to just take in what they're saying. And so much research has been done now that's found that students actually need to be engaged and doing things, and they learn from such a different range of things, but just listening is not something they're going to get the most from, and that they learn from doing things and seeing things and finding out things themselves. So that's obviously, you know, I'd say that's a main change, that we're learning more about how children learn, and as a teacher that's so important, so that we can aid that and we can help them to learn the most and to the best of their ability.
I'm quite interesting when you talk that you are your patient is in geography, isn't it? Geography, isn't it?
Sorry?
Geography, your
yeah.
Geography, yeah. You know, you think I'm quite interesting in the area. You know, do you have like an effective online tool to work on collaborative learning with children? You know, like today we have like Google Earth, so to make it easier to track other places. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some really good geography resources out there actually. So there's a game right now that actually I've tested out with some of my friends, and it's called GeoGuessr.
Sorry?
GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr, okay.
So GEO Guessr.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can.
I'll search later.
Yeah, you can find it online, and what it does is it uses like Google Earth, and it puts you in a location, and you have to try and work out what location you're in by walking around. So that's a really interesting one, and I think it could be a really fun one for some older students. You know, you really have to think about what the land looks like, if there's any signs that you could use, what the language might be, you know, to work out what country it is, and then you have like 3 guesses to guess what country it is. So that's a really interesting one for students. There's also a lot online from the Royal Geography Society. So that they have a website, and they have loads of different videos and quizzes and interactive content, which can be brilliant for online learning, and that students can use to just to keep them involved, to make sure that they're not just sitting doing nothing or listening all the time, like we've just spoken about. It's not the best way that they learn. So yeah, there's some really good interactive stuff on there that you can use.
Okay, I will search later. Quite interesting. I never heard that one, but why not? You know, today's learning, it's, you know, collaboration is heart of education. Sometimes like me and PE, we collaborate with music, we collaborate with dance, we collaborate with you know, language. It's possible to collaborate with other subjects. I'm looking forward to collaborative with geography. We'll see. Looking for some ideas. What can we do for the student? It's quite interesting. Yeah, because
yeah, it could be.
Maybe talking about, you know, talking about ancient Olympic, modern Olympic, where the Olympics is, history, many things can do.
Yeah, cross-curricular links are so brilliant. Bringing those subjects together, and you know, aiding students to see that there's links between all of these things, and like they're actually worth learning, and that they'll help them in life. I think it's so important. It's so brilliant.
Yeah, I love collaboration, because if we're just teaching PE, you know, it's quite bored. So when we collaborate with others, it's like, you know, like build the kids' knowledge about something new. They're not just learning, you know, like about javelin or running, but they're learning about, you know, like ancient Olympic, modern Olympic, something like that. And celebrate mini Olympic at school. Well, lovely.
Yeah.
That was lovely. Okay, Vicky, thank you so much for joining this podcast. You know, it's short discussion, but trust me, it's really useful for other friend, for other, you know, other educator who looking for some resources, idea, inspiration. You know, we are teacher, not just student. We are teacher, very like motivation right now. Also, we need,
Mhm.
you know, like both our motivation as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been really interesting.
Thank you so much.